Ladies and gentlemen, in this video I'm going to show you several easy methods as to how you can complete the following 3 milestones. The first one is damage opponents while in a tank, artillery or turret, for which you need to deal a total of 35,000 damage in order to complete all 20 stages. The second one is going to be damaging opponents, for which you need to deal a total of 100,000 damage. And the last one is damaging IO forces, for which you need to deal a total of 50,000 damage to IO forces. If you complete all of these 3 milestones, you should be able to get 510,000 XP. The method that I'm about to show you is pretty straightforward, but I would recommend doing it sooner rather than later before they update the location of some of these bosses. At the moment we currently have Dr. Sloane in the game, Huntmaster Saber and Gunnar. All of these bosses fall under the category IO forces, and they're also accompanied by IO guards, which fall underneath the same category. I would recommend landing at the fortress, jumping straight into the tank, and then drive it to a safe location before we switch to the machine gun. I prefer the machine gun over the single shot because it has a way higher DPS. I'd recommend taking care of the IO guards first, and afterwards drive your tank over to Dr. Sloane, focus on her minions, and then just start shooting the absolute bejesus out of her normal version. Dr. Sloane and her minions deal a lot of damage, so I'm assuming that your tank will be broken before you get to eliminate her fully. But what you can do as a follow-up is jump into the launch cannon that's located on top of the fortress, shoot yourself towards Command Cavern, and then on the right side you will find a new tank. Dive into that one, head over to Command Cavern and just make your way to the middle of the map where you will find Gunnar. Switch to your machine gun and start repeating this process. I think that in a single match you should be able to deal at least 1500 damage from your tank, possibly even 2000, and this also counts towards the different milestones, which are damaging opponents in general and damaging IO forces. Once you've completed the milestone for which you have to be in a tank, I would recommend finding some weapons that you're comfortable with and doing this exact same process. However, this time you just focus on the mythic bosses because you can deal a lot of damage to them. I think they have about 1000 HP each, so if you get a rapid fire SMG you should be able to rack up damage very quickly. There's a little risk of other players slowing down your process because they also want the mythic weapons, but for me that happens once out of every 5 games, and usually I just leave the opponents alone and still focus on the mythic bosses so that I at least get my damage done. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and use code SCORE in the item shop if you enjoyed it. I'll see you at the next one. Peace!